Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to discuss paper 4, variant 3, May, June 2023. So let's start with question number 1 here. Thomas sells a computer, a bike and a phone. The amount he receives are in the ratio computer is to bike is to phone is given as 14 is to 17 is to 9. Calculate the amount he receives for the phone as a percentage of the total. So phone is what we need to find out, and the ratio of phone is given as 9. So we know the formula ratio of phone, calculate the amount he receives for the phone as a percentage of the total. So for phone, ratio of phone, that is 9, divide by total ratio. Add all the ratios, 14 plus 17 plus 9. When you add them up, you will get it as 40. Since we need to find the answer as a percentage of the total, you just have to multiply it with 100. So 90 divide by 9 divide by 40 into 100 is basically 900 divided by 40. 900 divided by 40 will be 22.5. So your answer here is 22.5 percentage. So we are done with question number 1A, first subdivision. So let's move on to the next subdivision here. The total amount he receives is 560. So it's given that after selling computer, bike and phone, he'll be getting the total amount as 560. Calculate how much he receives for the bike. So for bike, the ratio is given as 17. So ratio of bike divided by total ratio, that is 14 plus 17 plus 9. Again, we will be getting 40 multiplied. In this time, they are not asking to represent as a percentage of the total. It's already given that the total amount is 560. So multiply it with 560. So this is basically 17 times 560. You divide it with 40. You will get the answer as 238. So he will be getting $238 when he sells the bike. Now, in the third part, Thomas originally bought the bike for 195. So his cost price for the bike is given as $195. He wanted to make a profit of at least 25%. So profit percentage, he wants it to be 25% when he is selling the bike. So we already saw the selling price of a bike in the previous case. The selling price was given as we found it as 238. Now, the question here, does Thomas make a profit of at least 25%? So basically, we need to find out what Thomas's profit percentage. For that, we have a formula. Profit percentage is profit by CP into 100. So here, profit is basically selling price minus cost price. That is his profit. So here I got the selling price as 238 and I got the cost price as 195. So 238 minus 195. So 238 minus 195, I'll get it as 43. So 43 is the profit. So 43 divided by the cost price is 195, multiply it with 100. So 43 into 100 is basically 4,300. You divide it with 195, you'll get the answer as 22.05. So when he sells the bike, he is not getting 25%, but he is getting 22.05% only as the profit percentage basically. Now, moving on to the D part here. Ulla invests $725 for 6 years in an account paying simple interest at a rate of 1.3% per year. Calculate the total interest earned at the end of 6 years. So basically, this is a simple interest question. We need to find out the simple interest. You know the formula is PTR by 100, P into T into R divided by 100 to find out the simple interest. P is the initial investment. So we know the P value here is given as 725. Time is in years, 6 years, and rate is given as 1.3%. So we just put these values there. Direct question. P is 725 and T is 6 and R is 1.3. The whole thing divided by 100. So 725 into 6 into 1.3, the whole thing divided by 100 will give me an answer of 56.55. So SI is $56.55. 56.55. So we are done with the B part as well. Now moving on to the next part. In a sale, all prices are reduced by 24%. So Victor pays $36.86 for a pair of shoes in the sale. Calculate the original price of the shoes. So we know the formula here. Original value is equals to new value divide by the multiplier. Now, new value, Victor pays $36.86. So new value is 36.86. Multiplier it is getting reduced by 24%. So 100 minus 24 will give me 76%. 76% multiplier, we always have to represent it as a decimal. 76% means 76 by 100, which will give you 0.76. Keep that in mind. Multiplier will always be written as a decimal. So percentage, you convert it into decimal. 76%, 76 by 100, 0.76. So 36.86, you divide it with 0.76, you will be getting the answer as 48.5. So $48.5 was its initial value. Because of the discount, he got the shoes for 36.86. So $48.5 is the answer. Let's move on to the next one here. Anna records the number of text messages she receives for 14 days. These are the values given here. Complete the stem and leaf diagram. So to complete the stem and leaf diagram, let's start with the smallest number, 13. So 1, 3 here. And then after 13, we have 15. So 1 and 5. And then we have 17. So 1 and 7. Is that it? Okay, no, one more, 1 and 8. So 18. Now let's check 2. 20, 21 is there. 21 is there twice. So 21. And then we have 22. So 22 is there. And then we have 27, 28, and 29. So 27, 28, 29. Now 30, in 30 range, 31, 31, 31. 31, 31, 31. And we have 38 as well. So 38. Now key will be, so for example, 1, 3 will be represented as 13, 1, 3. So we are done with the first part, and the second part is to find out the median here. So let's check what the median is. How do we find out the median? Median, you can cancel, you can cut the first term, the last term, second, second last, third, third last, fourth, fourth last, and then you keep cutting, and then you will be getting two numbers in the middle. Median is basically the middle term. So 22 and 27. If we have two numbers in the middle, you add them both and divide by 2. 22 plus 27 is 49. 49 divided by 2, that is basically 24.5. So 24.5 will be the median. And now let's move on to the next one here. So the next one here, it is to find out the mode. So to find out the mode here, we can see that mode is the most repeated term. So the most repeated term here is 31, because 31 is coming 3 times. So the mode will be 31. And moving on to the next one, the last one, that is the range here. So we know range is always maximum value, max value minus minimum value here. The maximum value that we have here was 38. And the minimum value that we have here was 13. So 38 minus 13, we will be getting the answer as 25. So 25 will be the range. Now, B part, this is a probability question. In a shop, there are 4 red and 8 gray phones. Anna and Pete each pick one of these phones at random. Work out the probability that they both pick a gray phone. So first, let's find out the probability. Let's say if Anna is picking the first phone here, and it should be a gray phone. We know the probability formula, the basic formula. Probability of an event is number of favorable outcomes number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, divided by total number of outcomes here. So probability of getting a gray for Anna, since she is picking the phone first, let's consider that she is picking the phone first. So favorable outcomes, how many gray phones are there? There are 8 gray phones. And then we have altogether total number of phones there is 8 plus 4, 12. So now again, probability of getting a gray when it comes to Pete, Anna already took one phone here. Now that is not getting replaced. So we have remaining 11 phones. And the phone that Anna took, we considered it as a gray phone. So out of 8 gray phones, remaining is 7. So this is for Anna and this is for Pete. So probability of getting both of them as gray will be, so probability of getting gray for Anna is 8 by 12 and probability for getting Pete, a gray phone, is 7 by 11. You multiply them both, 8 times 7 is 56, divide by 12 times 11 is 132, can be further simplified in 2 times table, 28 and 66, and again can be further simplified in 2 times table, 14 and 33. So I cannot simplify further. 14 over 33 will be our final answer. Now, the scale drawing shows two sides AB and BC of a field. So AB is here, BC is here. Measure the angle ABC. So I won't be able to get a correct answer for this. You need to use protractor. Make sure that the baseline of the protractor coincides. That means it should be on top of this BC line. Make sure that the base of the protractor should lie on top of this BC. And then you measure the angle anti-clockwise direction. This is an obtuse angle. The answer is approximately I know it is approximately 120 degrees. So 118 degrees you should be getting when you solve this, when you use protractor, and when you get the answer, it should be 118 degrees. Now, X is a point on BC, X is a point on BC, and here X is a point on BC, BX is equals to 332 meter. Mark the point X on the diagram. It's given that the scale is 5 centimeter. 5 centimeter represents 200 meter. This means 5 centimeter on my diagram represents 200 meter in the real life. So X is a point on BC. So let's say X is somewhere over here. It represents BX and BX. This distance BX is given as 332 meter, but this is in real life. So we need to find out its actual drawing. When we draw this on this diagram, what will be the length of BX? So 5 centimeter represents 200 meter. So basically 332 meter will be representing X centimeter. You just have to cross multiply them to get the answer. 5 centimeter represents 200 meter in real life. In real life, it is 332 meter. What will be its corresponding representation in the diagram here? Cross multiply 332 into 5 divide by 200 will be your X. So 332 into 5 divide by 200 will give me the answer as 8.3. 8.3. So what you need to do here is that you need to take your scale, measure 8.3 meter, and then suppose if this is 8.3 centimeter, 8.3 centimeter, and you just mark the point X over there. So we are done with the second part, and then moving on to the third part here. Find the scale in the form of 1:n. So find the scale in the form of 1:n. Scale should be always in centimeter. Scale should be always in centimeter. Both the first ratio and the second one, the ratio should be in centimeter basically. So 5 centimeters to 200 meter. So this meter should be converted to centimeter. Always remember that rule here. Scale will always be in centimeter. So 5 centimeters to 200 meter means 200 multiplied by 100. So 200 multiplied by 100 will give me 20,000 centimeter. So I need to represent in the form of 1 is to n. 1 is to n. How can I make my 5 1? Divide with 5 on both the side. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20,000 divided by 5 is 4,000. So 1 is to 4,000. You don't have to add any unit there. Ratio doesn't have any unit. You can just write the answer simply as 1 is to 4,000. Now, okay, question number 4 onwards, we will be discussing in the next video. So if you have any doubt, please feel free to write it in the comment box. Thank you for watching.